Welcome to Everest Technologies. Today, we are going to create a full stack application, TODO application using Flutter and GetX. So, as our application will be full stack, we will be creating both backend and frontend. For the frontend, we will be using Flutter with GetX, and for the backend, we will be using PHP to create the APIs and MySQL is a database. So, let's get started. First, we will be creating a scratch design in XD. So, let's create our application. For this, go to any folder that you like and open the folder in the terminal and write Flutter create TODOs. So move to the directory. So go to the project directory and open the project in Visual Studio Code. So before starting with our code, let's create our database and API. For that, I will need to to create a database. I have a XAMPP installed in my device. So just start the Apache and MySQL and open PHP So I will be creating a new directory named TODOs. So I have created a database. I'll also create a folder named TODOs in our HDoc. For that, we have to go to C directory, XAMPP, HDoc, and we'll create a new folder, TODOs, in here. Let's open these TODOs in our Visual Studio Code. So before writing any APIs, we will need a table in our database. So to create a table, so we will need a users table and TODOs table. So let's create the table. So to create the user table, the query will be create table users. We will have an ID int of 5, primary key, auto increment, name, sorry, worker of 50, I guess. It will be not null, contact, so we have created our users table successfully. And for our to-dos table, we will need create table to-dos ID int 5, primary key, auto increment, and we'll have a user ID int 5, not null, title, worker of 100, not null, and description of worker, so let's give it 1000, not null, and our user ID will be of foreign key of our users table. Before that, we also need a date, worker of 20, and not null, foreign key, user ID, differences user ID table. So we have also created our rows table and users table. So let's create our API. So to create our API, we have to go to our TODOs in HDocs. So to create our APIs, we will be creating our first file, connection.php. So I'll open the tag, PHP tag, and file line. Host will be our localhost. User will be root. Password will be null or empty string, and database will be our TODOs that we have just created. Now, connection will be SQLi connect. It will take up parameters, host name, username, password, and database. Host name, username, password, and database. So it will make a connection to our database. Let's create our API or a sign up. Signup.php. I'll open PHP. In the signup.php, we'll make a HTTP request to the signup.php with the method post, and it will also accept some of the files or some of the variables, the parameters. I don't know what you say. So first of all, we'll check if all the parameters on all the data are received or not. For this, in the if statement, I will write it say $post. The first thing we'll need is name and second thing contact address, email, and password. So if any of this, any of the following, if any of the following is not received, then we'll throw an error. Dollar data will be successful, and the message will be please fill all the fields, and we will just echo JSON info data. If all the fields are received, if all the fields are received, then we will insert user into our database. So we will accept the name is host name, contact, address, email, password. For the password, we will hash the password with password hash, with password hash. It will accept the password and password default. So we have hashed our password, and we will insert the hash password in our database, and the query is then run, and we will then create a data with success is true, and message user created successfully, author or sign up successful. Else we will write sign successful and sign up failed, and we will just equal JSON encode data. So before inserting any user into our database, we have to check if the email already exists or not. For that, let's check SQL, select asterisk from users where email is $email. So we'll check that, and we'll check the rows. We'll check that, and if $take result num rows is greater than 0, which means if there is some data with email, then we have to print data false, and email already used. Else I'll cover all of our code inside our else part, and also use echo here. I think we have completed our part here, and before that we have to include this connection into our file. For that, include our connection.php, and for the and to accept all the headers, we will add a header with sh control allow origin asterisk all. So now we'll test our sign up. For that, I have an extension called Thunder Client. So this I can create a collection. Our collection name will be TODO, and in TODO I'll create a new request. Sign up. Sign up will be post, and our URL will be localhost TODO's signup.php, and in the body we will send name, TODO test, contact, random number, Address will be Nepal. Email, come, and password will be yes. So I'll send the request and it says sign up successful. To verify the sign up, I'll go into our database and in users, we can see that a new user is inserted into our database. If I again press send, it will say email already used. I think there is a typo here. So email already used. So this is our sign up. We'll also be creating our login here. So to create our login, let's create a new file, login.php. It will be somewhat similar to our sign up. So we'll copy some of the stuff from there. I'll copy this part and paste over here. We'll only need our email and password. So else I'll show the data. Successful message, please fill all the fields and just echo this in code. So for this part, I'll write email will be email, password will be password, and I'll check the SQL. I'll query the SQL and if dollar check result num rows is greater than 0, it means that if we have a user, then dollar row result which is if password verify our provided password and the password in our database, it checks if our password match or not and send us the data. We will also need user with the row, and if password doesn't match, then this is false, invalid password. So in general, if there is no result, then invalid email. Let's paste our login. So I'll go to our to-do, new request, login, and it will be same as our sign up. Login.php, it will be a post, body, form, email, gmail.com. Password will be yes and same. So it is giving us result. It is giving us some error. Login, and it is result, and nothing is printed. So I'll go over here, copy this, and paste over here, and to the success to login successful. If I enter a different password, then it says invalid password, or if I write invalid email, then invalid email. So if I give it everything right, then login and sign up is completed. So we'll be working with TODOs now.